So I keep telling myself that this is going to be like the last video that I make, but then I keep watching other videos and reading other comments and getting all riled up again. So maybe this is my last video. Maybe. I'm not sure. So I just wanted to address the idea that unschooling can fail, and that schooling can fail too. In that segment, the Good Morning America segment that originally got me so riled up, they have all these clips of the kids from the family they're interviewing, and the kids are running amok like feral beasts. You know, they're hitting each other with plastic swords and playing video games, and the video makes it seem like that's all they do every day. First off, I don't think that's the whole story. I think, you know, obviously we all know that the media and news organizations can select clips that emphasize their viewpoint, and I think Good Morning America chose the clips that emphasize their pretty obvious bias towards the situation. Okay, so with that taken into consideration, that it's probably not the whole story, those kids probably are doing other things, let's, you know, play devil's advocate here and assume that it is the whole story and those kids are completely uneducated and feral and wild. They're going to grow up and live in their parents' basement for the rest of their lives and have no social skills and no place in our society, and that unschooling has totally failed them. Well, guess what? It probably can. Unschooling can probably fail. I've never seen it happen, but everything can fail, so I'm willing to grant you that it might happen. But guess what? The public school system fails too, and it fails all the time. I just read an article the other day that saying that R. Kelly is illiterate, and he went to school. And guess what? He's not the only one. Plenty of kids graduate high school that are completely illiterate. That's insane, okay? The school system fails. Another thing the school system fails at, socialization. People are always talking about how homeschoolers and unschoolers, you know, they don't have any social skills. I've seen a lot of kids that went to public school that have no social skills as well, that are socially awkward and lonely and angsty and are teenagers, okay? That's what happens when you're a teenager. You can become totally socially awkward. It happens to most of us. That has very little to do with whether or not you are homeschooled, unschooled, or go to public school. It just has to do with you as a person, okay? The public school system can fail at socialization as well as education. And so can unschooling. I'm sure there are plenty of socially awkward unschoolers out there. And you know what? You get over it, you know? Once you become a young adult, a lot of that social awkwardness disappears. So I want to keep this short. Hopefully that's enough information. I just wanted to put it out there for all those people looking at that video and watching those kids and thinking that unschooling is failing. That, yeah, maybe it is, but I bet it's succeeding a lot more often, and the school system is failing too, and it fails a lot harder. I mean, when a kid fails at public school, if they, you know, drop out with no idea about unschooling or homeschooling, and they've been in public school their whole life, they're one of those people, you know, that have been told that education isn't fun, and in order to learn something, you have to have someone teach you, you have to have knowledge forced down your throat. They're not going to know how to teach themselves when they get kicked out of school, when they drop out. They're going to be completely alone and adrift and have no resources and no way of educating themselves because the school system has taught them that they can't. The school system has taught them that education is something that has to be shoved at you by someone else and that it's not enjoyable. So they're not going to try. They're not going to try to go out there and educate themselves because they don't think that it's fun because of the school system. So, all right. End rant.